Module 11, Individual Learner Differences. Learners in one classroom are both similar and, at the same time, different. A learner-centered approach to teaching requires teachers to understand this duality and to be aware of the different ways in which students learn. Some differences may be easier to see or discover, such as age, gender, socioeconomic conditions, and level of education. Other differences may be more difficult to identify, including overall cognitive ability or intelligence and cognitive development in younger learners, learners' language proficiency levels, and their motivation for language study, learners' personality traits along with their learning strengths, styles, and preferences. Module Focus, Introduction. The focus in Module 11 is on how teachers can vary teaching approaches and techniques to help facilitate learning for a wide variety of students. They can vary the type of language input along with the content and the medium of delivery. They can vary learner tasks. They can teach learning strategies. They can help students take responsibility for their own learning, and they can use group work appropriately. Number 1, viewing points for students using different skills. Video segment number 1. In this classroom, the students have chosen a popular song to work on and learn. Here they are demonstrating the results of their work. Look for how the class is organized, different activities that the students do, language and other skills that students are using, and an overall learning and teaching strategy.
I tell about my friend's experience. I have heard my friend talk about her boyfriend. She got along with Num for a year. My group is drawing about this song. This song is about a girl. She has fallen in love with one man, but she can't tell him about her love. She plays every night and she wants him to her boyfriend. Oh my lovely, lovely boy, I need you. Oh my lovely, lovely boy, I do. Let me inside, make me stay, lie beside you. Thank you. Very nice.
Summary. This was a large class. Students worked in groups. Each group had a different activity. One group wrote and acted out a music video. One wrote a personal story that was similar to the story in the song. One group drew a picture about the song and explained it. And one group changed the words of the song. They were using listening, speaking, reading, writing, music, drawing, and drama skills. One strategy the teacher used was to make students aware they were using the song to learn English vocabulary. Number 2, viewing points, learning stations, and self-access rooms. Video segment number 2. Another way to meet the needs of individual learning differences is to set up learning stations or a self-access area or room. Some reasons for a self-access area are so that learners can have choices, and they can work at their own pace, so that learners can have access to a variety of materials and do different tasks, so that learners can work together on projects and activities, and so that the teacher can have more time to work with small groups or individuals.
SEAR stands for Student English Access Room. So this is the room for encouraging students to come and practice more skills of English, like speaking, listening, reading, and writing. This is the project from all the project are Matheum 5 because I teach Matheum 5, and they work in groups like this. Normally, I cannot remember the name of the students, so they put their faces on this, like this. This is the taco herbs. Yes, taco is the name of the trees that our school focus on, these taco herbs. And this is the name of them, and then we plant and then use it to run it with the student bit by bit, day by day, years by years, and up until now. They can produce it very, very good. At first, they need to plan. I use 10 steps from store and then let them understand. I have 4 stages of using project work teaching. The first one, I just introductory by let them understand the project work, and then I use the example project for them. The first example for me is smoking project, to let them know that smoking is not good, to let them get the information, and then they can analyze the information, and then they conclude and present it to the class. After that, I control them to make the project of smoking. After that, they will do it by my help. According to my help, they do the project 1, and then after that, they can do it by themselves with their interest for project 2, and they develop until now. They can do it by integrated how to run the project to other subjects, like taco is for the botany and herbs is for science. So they can run this and get the point from me, and then they can ask for another score from another ajahn in their subjects. This is the name of the project, and they have the brochure to present. This is to present for the brochure. They do it by themselves, but with my help with the language. But it is a lot of students. I teach about maybe 25 groups to do this, so it wastes a lot of time to change, to develop the language. This is the transparency for them to get the information and then present to the class. When evaluation, not only me, but they themselves, they can evaluate themselves and their friends too. And sometimes I let the parents to come and have a look at their kids' project. After the 3rd years, they can have a lot of examples to have a look. I just guide them to have a look at the examples. Yes, and when they get the information, they present this to show that it is the real thing to do.
Notice the different sections or areas of this self-access room and the kinds of resources that are available. There is a schedule to help students determine when they can use different areas of the room. This room can be used for independent study or for group work. A similar but smaller self-access area can also be created in one corner of a classroom, or even on a cart that moves from class to class. Teachers can gradually develop areas or carts as time and the availability of materials allow. Workstations are another way to support individual learning differences. Students can work together or individually at a station. Using workstations can give the teacher time to work with one group while other groups are working on something else. Workstations can also give students the opportunity to manipulate things to help them learn, which is a different kind of learning.
See, these two attract. Did you see that? Can you show this to everybody? See, so these...
At one station, students put together a brain puzzle as part of learning about its parts and their functions. Another way to learn is to use the world outside the classroom. For this project, students counted all the different animals they saw in their neighborhoods. Then, at one of their workstations, they combined that information into a graph. Summary. Self-access centers or areas and workstations give learners choices. They allow learners to work at their own pace. They provide access to a variety of materials and opportunities to do different tasks. They provide materials for working together on projects and activities, and they provide time for the teacher to work with individuals or groups. Module focus. Summary. The focus in Module 11 has been on individual learning differences. Teachers can vary approaches and techniques to help facilitate learning for a wide variety of learners, when they vary the type of language input along with the content and the medium of delivery. They vary learner tasks. They teach learning strategies. When they help students take responsibility for their own learning, and when they use group work appropriately. See the manual for readings and more information on this and other topics related to individual learner differences.